Welcome back to HoldErFlat. We're here on a scorcher day in Aghadowey for round 8 of the Rallysport Associations NI Summer Series. And not only was it a scorcher day, it was a scorcher of an entry list, with 106 drivers, made up of 61 rally cars and 45 buggies. On to a sunny stage 1, and it was Sam Stewart in his 1600cc Starlet that shot out of the traps to take an early lead by 2.6 seconds. The now Aghadowey ace Josh Bradley is the man giving chase. The winner of the last 2 visits to this circuit should go very well today. Gregory McMullan is another currently on a winning streak as he fights to close the Class 8 championship gap to points leader Gary Duncan. And third fastest over SS1 is a fine start. Fourth place sees the ever-committed Jordan Williamson in his Rathkenny Motors-backed Mk2 Escort. He's 8 seconds off the leader and second in Class 6. And here's another hard-charging Mk2 man. Glenn Rafferty is 5th fastest overall and 3rd in Class 6. PJ Houston is joint Class 10 points leader with Gary Grant currently, but with Grant not here today, PJ just has to finish to take the championship lead. And now for something new, the feature class. This is a class chosen by the organiser that we shall focus on. And first up, it's the up to 2.18 valve Class 6. We've already seen 3 Class 6 drivers feature in the overall top 6, but here's how they lie in class. Aaron Beattie has switched from a speed car buggy to a Mk2 Escort and currently lies 4th in class. Mark McEntee is 10 seconds off in 5th. SOB Sean O'Brien is 6th, 11.3 back. The Glenview drylining car of Jeremy CAREY is 7th. Gary McCourt will be looking to make places up from 8th. And so too will Dominic McGowan in 9th. And Daniel McClanahan rounds out our Class 6 runners in 10th. In the juniors, it's flat out from the word go as usual from Jake Millar, and he takes an early lead. In the Mini Cup, it was great to see David Porter back out after recent repairs on his Mini, but unfortunately an error from David ended his day on stage 1. That left Mike Curran to take the early lead in the class by 10.3 seconds. A familiar face to many automotive men is Graham Baalham-Curry. The press photographer and motoring journalist is making his RSA debut thanks to Pace Notes Rally magazine and car owner William James. And here's an even more familiar face, Callum Devine. The man currently sitting 3rd in the Irish Tarmac Rally Championship has borrowed Owen Mallon's Kazmat for the day. And it looks like Connor Shaw has had some of Callum's Cocoa Pops this morning, as he leads by 2.8 seconds from Aaron McLaughlin 2nd in his speed car and Liam McMullan 3rd in his MV. And it's a dead heat for 4th place between David Kane and Chris Irwin. By stage 3, Sam Stewart had only extended the lead of the rally by a further half a second. As Josh Bradley had checked him back with a stage win over SS2, the lead gap between the pair was now just 3.1 seconds with 3 stages to go. Gregory McMullan's MX5 still holds 3rd place, but he is under increasing pressure from the Mark II men behind. And the first of those Mark II men is Glenn Rafferty. He's just 0.4 of a second behind 3rd place McMullan. And Aaron Beattie in the yellow Mark II is up to 5th overall, just 1 second behind Rafferty in 4th. Marty Collins usually flies here at Aghadowey, but currently finds himself only 6th. In our featured Class 6, Mark McEntee is up to 4th place. Gary McCourt is up 3 places to 5th. Dominic McGowan is also up 3 places to 6th. Sean O'Brien has tumbled a spot to 7th. Jeremy Carey has had baller on stage 2 and now lies 8th. And unfortunately we lose Jordan Williamson here on stage 3. There's a serious fight going on between Charlie Sims and Shay Loughran in the Mini Cup. The pair are split by just 1/10 of a second in 3rd and 2nd places. And as they battle, McCourt is just stretching his lead at the front of the class. And in the buggies, David Kane is now up to 3rd place. And Aaron McLaughlin can't seem to keep pace with leader Connor Shaw, who has now stretched the lead gap to 6 seconds. Sam Stewart Starlet still leads the rally, but only just. Can he hold on with just one stage to go? Josh Bradley is on a big push over SS4 and SS5, and he slashed the lead gap to less than a second. Beattie is going great guns in his new Mk2. He's up to 3rd overall and is now 2nd in Class 6. Glenn Rafferty is holding firm in 4th place overall, and he's 3rd in Class 6, just 2 seconds behind Beattie. Duncan has been on a bit of a charge, and he now finds himself 5th overall and leading the MX5 Parts NI class. And it's close, as Colin is just 0.6 of a second back in 6th place, with Gregory McMullan chasing him down just 0.3 of a second further back. Connor Shaw seems to have it all in check in the buggies, and he's managed to maintain that 6-second gap over McLaughlin in 2nd place. And the Cardona man took his first stage win here on SS5. It's been a day of what could have been for David Kane, as he switched to James Grant's MV after trouble with his Kazmat. So on to the final results with 1 drop stage time. And we start off with the juniors Class 1. Kyle Drury takes 3rd place. Haroldus van Sotis takes 2nd place in his Micra. But it's Jake Maximum Attack Millar who takes the class win. On to Class 2, and Greg McMullan takes a fine 3rd place. Madman Brian Kelly takes 2nd place. And Gareth Robinson makes it a fiesta clean sweep on the podium to take the win. Graham Baalham-Curry makes a great debut in Class 3 with 3rd place. 2nd place goes to Keith Sheridan in the Micra. But it's Francis Rafferty who takes a Class 3 win. Only 1 starter in Class 4, and that's Lawson Wade. Class 5, and it's Keith Stewart taking 3rd place. Marty Collins has to settle for 2nd place. But it was a fine drive from Sam Stewart to take the Class 5 victory. Class 6, and Glenn Rafferty takes 3rd. Beattie has a fine debut in his Mk2 in 2nd place. But none of them could touch Josh Bradley, and he takes the class win. Class 7 in the sideways, Dermot Grant takes 3rd. Ryan Hunter's stunning little Fiesta takes 2nd. And it's the wheelman Jason Stirrup who takes the class win. On to the MX5s, and Stewart Clyde takes a brilliant 3rd place. Gregory McMullan lost out by just 0.9 of a second. And it's Gary Duncan who returns to the top step of the podium. On to Class 9 for the big engine boys, and it's Colin McAleese in the BMW taking 3rd. David Dowie drifts his way to 2nd. And Jane Evans' new tractive gearbox takes him to a class win. Onto the boosted boys Class 10, and Paul Robinson takes 3rd. Rory Begley survives drive shaft dramas to take 2nd. But it's PJ Houston who takes the win and the championship lead. Just the 1 starter in Class 11, and it's Owen Mallon in the Burr Competitions Fiesta R5. Onto the Mini Cup, and it's a fantastic debut by Alex Little to take 3rd. The star of the future, Charlie Sims, takes a great 2nd place. But it was Mike Curran who took the Mini Cup victory, and that's now 4 wins in a row. On to the overall rally car result, and it's a fantastic debut for Beattie. Josh Bradley tried as hard as he could, but it wasn't enough, and has to settle for second place, as Sam Stewart takes the overall victory by just 2.5 seconds. On to the Class 13 buggies, and it's Adam Dunlop in third place. Chrissy Hughes finds himself second. But it was Philip Armstrong who has a trouble-free run to win the class. And finally, Class 14, and David Kane overcomes all the troubles to take third place. Aaron McLaughlin has a fantastic final stage, but just misses out, as Connor Shaw takes the victory by just 0.3 of a second. So that's it for another episode, but before we go, are you a competitor and want to see more video footage of yourself? Check the details in the description below this video to get in contact with us. Thanks once again goes to the fantastic track team who endured some serious heat on the day, and keep an eye on the social medias for changes to the upcoming round 9 at Shackleton. So until next time, hold her flat.